This is Ben Davison. Subscribe to Stephen Icon.
After everything that Tyson Fury has been through, he now comes back, and a lot of people can quite legitimately say that he is the number one in the heavyweight division, being that he's got the WBC, Ring Magazine, and of course the Lineal. But of course there is another guy over there as well, in Anthony Joshua, who has multiple belts as well. Plus you've got Dillian Whyte as the interim world heavyweight champion as well as. But for me, I like all three of these guys. I support all three of these guys. I've made it very plainly clear that I'm very, very biased when it comes to UK and Irish boxing. Even now, though, even though I've said it multiple times, people say, Sport and Icon, you're so biased. Well done, Sherlock Holmes. Well done. Now, Tyson Fury, back in 2015, went over to Germany, Dusseldorf, and dethroned a damn near 10-year reigning unified heavyweight champion of the world, Vladimir Klitschko, in a very, very one-sided contest. Beat him on points, gets those belts. Now, after that, he ends up getting stripped of the IBF because he agreed to have a rematch with Vladimir Klitschko, even though he was mandatory, so he didn't need to, but he agreed to have a rematch, signed for it, so he couldn't defend against his new mandatory in Glasgow, which is why Tyson Fury was stripped of that belt. Charles Martin took on Glasgow, etc. So Tyson Fury, he then sets up the rematch with Vladimir Klitschko, and he's talking about how he doesn't want to do this anymore, he doesn't want to fight, and all that and the other. Not too far from the fight night, he pulls out the fight. He's injured his ankle and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, he gets stripped of all the belts, and he's saying that he's retired, spirals out of control, putting gear up his nose or in his system and whatever else. And then, of course, he has all this UCAD situation on top of him as well. He gets all the belts stripped, and he's down, he's out. Puts on so much weight. 2.5 years later, after suicidal thoughts, after Lord knows what, he comes back with a new trainer. Of course, he leaves his uncle Peter and joins up with Ben Davison. A lot of people saying, Ben Davison, who's Ben Davison? I weren't one of them. I thought it was a pretty good move. But he comes back, he takes on the second best cruiserweight in, was it Albania or wherever it is, in Sylvester Ferry. And he's a cruiserweight. So it was just a comeback fight. Okay, a nothing fight, just to get him back in the ring, give him somewhat of a purpose. Okay, so he's back. He then takes on Francisco Pianeta. Another fight that people go, okay, really? Now, I was okay with it. Again, second fight, considering everything that he went through, no problems. So he takes on Francisco Pianeta. Then he agrees to be fighting Deontay Wilder and going to America. Unbelievable. He shouldn't be over there. Wilder should have smacked Fury around quite comfortably. Most other decent heavyweights would have done. Even his own father, John Fury, said that. But Wilder couldn't do it. At a 50% depleted Tyson Fury, he went to America, Los Angeles, the Staples Center, and beat Deontay Wilder. He had to get off the canvas twice, and he had to get screwed by the judges to get a draw. He doesn't take the immediate rematch. He then signs a 5-fight deal with ESPN and Top Rank worth $100 million, which is why he didn't take the rematch, and takes on Tom Schwartz, undefeated. I was okay with that because there's too many fighters around who have undefeated records who are ranked quite highly. So for me, earn it or lose it. Okay, so him taking on Tom Schwartz, I wasn't against it, but still, a lot of people were like, Tom Schwartz, what the hell? Anyway, he knocks out Tom Schwartz in round number 2 with a jab, pretty much, wasn't it? Then he takes a fight with Otto Wallin. Again, people going, what, Otto Wallin? Behave yourself. Who wants to see that? But again, as I said before, undefeated fighter, prove it or lose it. Tyson Fury, he's starting to really get momentum. His profile is starting to really go through the roof. But the fights with Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin, people are going, not too sure about that. And I know a lot of people were. They were really criticising Tyson Fury for taking on these kind of guys. So he takes on Otto Wallin and he goes through hell and back. Hell and back. His eye cuts open. He's pissing with blood. And then another cut opens in that as well. And had the fight been anywhere else, there's a very good chance that fight would have been stopped. So he got away with it in that fight. Let's be honest, he really got away with it. But because the fight wasn't stopped, he did enough to win the fight on points, even with all that. Then, of course, he has the rematch with Deontay Wilder. Again, a lot of people going, man, you can't go life and death with Otto Wallin and then get in there with Wilder. Even though me and many people said, well, he can, because Wilder is a one-trick pony. That's what he is. Yes, he's a very effective one-trick with that big right hand. But Tyson Fury, if he can do to Wilder at half depleted, what can he do? Even just a few percent increase. He'll absolutely destroy Deontay Wilder comfortably. Not many people predicted how the rematch to go. I did, but obviously a lot of people weren't. So Tyson Fury goes to Las Vegas again, takes on Wilder, and he bounces Deontay Wilder around the ring like he was his child, like he was his son. He just daddied him, is what he done. Bashed him up, knocked Deontay Wilder down for the second time in his career. Of course, the first one was against Harold Skonies back in 2010, I think it was. And Tyson Fury knocks him down in round number 3, so second time in his career. Knocks him down again in round number 5, and he has a point deducted from him as well, unfairly. And then ultimately, Wilder's team throw the towel in due to sustained beatings that Wilder took. So Tyson Fury becomes the second man in history to win the Ring Magazine heavyweight title twice. Twice. Now, a lot of people are saying that Tyson Fury can't get back to where he was, where he fought Vladimir Klitschko. He's been through way too much. He can't get back to that point. And, of course, last night's result will certainly overshadow it, and people will go, yeah, of course he is. He's better than that now. Well, again, that was down to the opposition. But Tyson Fury, one hell of a comeback. That is a completed comeback. Tyson Fury could legitimately retire right now and will probably end up going into the Hall of Fame. Honestly, he would. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully he takes on Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. If he's to get through those two, come on now. Come on now. One hell of a comeback. One hell of a comeback. Tyson Fury's done us proud. He's done us Brits proud. Of course, his loyal fans and that as well. The ones who didn't jump ship when he went through all that kind of hell, and those who stuck with him, big up to each and every one of you. Tyson Fury, that is one hell of a comeback story, isn't it? And if he were to write another book, well, actually, he probably should write another book about his comeback, shouldn't he? My goodness. Anyway, Tyson Fury, the return of the Gypsy King. Long live the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. One hell of a story. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.